realize like, this is something I can do. That's, I think, a big thing here is the accessibility, because I'm from San Diego, I'm from this area, so I got part of the MDiv, and honestly, it's not for me about, finding open doors, it's about going to the doors and shaking it.
I was hard pressed in one class. Not only was I hard pressed because it was challenging, and this seminary is definitely challenging. I've been here for 4 years. Let me tell you, it's challenging. But the professors are there by your side. When you're talking about love, exhibiting Christ's love, they exhibit Christ's love.
Very briefly, seminary does a lot of things. It educates you, it teaches you, but particularly it's taught me how to treat and to study the Word of God. Understanding what it is and how to study it has been invaluable in my own life. Obviously, it's wonderful to learn church history. It's wonderful to learn, apologetics and all of these things. But the key for me personally has been the value of learning the original languages, hermeneutics, and understanding really how to study the Bible for all it's worth, to really put my everything into understanding how to preach the Bible word by word, line by line, for the people of God. The other thing seminary's done for me is it's been a wonderful set of handrails. I mentioned our church started 10 years ago when I started seminary, and so during that time I've met so many people that have come up to me as I preached. This last year we just finished preaching through the New Testament as a church, and so now I'm in Genesis. But in the beginning of Genesis in particular, just recently happened, so I thought of it. As I get through these passages about, let's say the Nephilim or studying the flood or whatever, there's always folks that will come up to me and tell me how they're an expert on a subject because they studied it. And what that means is often that they've gone to blogs, they've been on the internet, websites, and what I frequently find is people have no problem finding information. There's more information now available than ever before, but people have a hard time knowing what's important when they study, what's valuable, what's truthful when they study. And it hit me that seminary has prepared me more than anything to understand how to kind of cut through the noise, to understand, when I'm looking at things like what's credible and what's not credible, and to really understand why, and when someone mistreats the Word of God, and to understand where they're coming from. Without seminary, I feel like I would be at the whim and of the many bloggers and the opinions that are on the internet. And so for my people, I can be a sober voice to them as well, to help them to see the Word of God, to know best how to deal with all the information that they have available, so they're not just stuck going to the first blog that a wacky person writes for their opinions, but that they understand how to formulate their own opinions from the Word of God, how to study rightly, how to do research, and all these other things. Seminary has also been a great opportunity because it's given me the ability to establish wonderful relationships. Right now we send missionaries to Jordan, where we have people that I met in seminary that planted a church in Jordan. We're sending people to them. We have people that we're sending to India. We have a guy that I met in India that was going to seminary. And so relationships I made in seminary are bearing fruit even today. My mentors from seminary are still my mentors today, which is still enhancing the ministry of Barabbas Road Church.